And welcome back to Duck Solar Gaming and Elm Creek Farm. That's right, we are back here at Elm Creek and we are continuing on with our farming dynasty and building everything up as best we possibly can without going too much further in debt. And no, I haven't got any more debt. Okay, I didn't go into any more debt today. Anyway, all right, we're going to continue on. We have progressed to the 3rd of October, the next game day. Time is getting away from us and we really need to get this this harvest finished because this is basically the last day we've got to get this harvested. Before I think the crop will actually wither. So let's get this going and we'll get the rest of this olive crop done. So let's stop wasting time, Duck, and let's get into it. All right, straight off the bat, we'll get straight into it. So we have almost finished the, in fact, I think he has finished. I think the combine has just finished the sunflowers on the 2 primary fields. So we're just waiting on the 3rd field to come into harvest, which was the last one to be seeded, and that probably should be ready to harvest, I would say, tomorrow, which will be probably the 1st of November, or we may get one more day in October. I can't remember. Is it 3 day or 4 day? Might be 4 day. Nonetheless, we've got a little bit more time for sunflowers to be harvested, but olives, I think pretty much today is the day. If we don't harvest it today, that's it, we miss out. So we want to get all this harvested and get it all off. Now, off camera from the last episode, the truck, the Ducks Orley, Kenworth and trailer were chock-a-block full of 60,000 litres of sunflower seeds. So we took that off to where did we take it off to? We took it to the processing facility. That's what I'm spit it out, Duck. We took it to the processing facility and we've turned off the processing. So basically we are ready to go, but it's not going to process. So I'll quickly show you that. So if we go in here, saving content, yeah, come on. If we go into our production here, as you can see, the only thing that's actually active at the moment is the olive oil. But we have put 60,000 litres of sunflowers in there at the moment. Once we finish the harvest of the next field for sunflowers, we'll put it all in there. And then once the olives are done, we'll then transition to the sunflowers. Now, the spinnery, 417 litres. I would say we've already output 1 pallet. So there'll be 1 pallet there waiting for us. But we're not overly rushed to go over there and get that. We'll get that probably this episode or the next, and bring that over to the tailors so we can get the tailor up and running as well. So yeah, things are happening. So but I'm sort of going to try and leave a lot of that production transference and stuff like that until we have down days where there's not much going on field wise, and that way it does sort of fill in those gaps. So like for instance in the winter we can be transferring products between silo and sell point and factory or whatever else. So that pretty much fills in that gap. If we have a lot of that available, that's when we can be really concentrating on getting that sort of stuff going. So so yeah, we just need to be able to store it up once it's been produced, and then we crack into it and get it all delivered and separate out, and then try and sell it obviously when the best sale price is on. And whether that happens to be in winter or not, we may have to obviously hold off to get our best sale time. So, but we can do that. That's not a problem either. All right, this one. And I didn't judge that one very well after my talking myself up yesterday, or in the last episode, 2 days ago. So anyway, we'll try and make amends. Let's go. So yeah, so what we've got to do is we've got rain coming, so we want to get this harvested as well before the rain hits, because we don't want to lose too much of our crop by harvesting in the rain. But if we have to, we will, because we need to, like I said, make sure we get this harvested. We're about halfway through the harvest now for the olive grove, so we just need to power on and get it done. Need to put that accelerator down a little bit harder and push a few horses through. No, not the 4-legged version, the mechanical version, and get this up and running. So we will see how it progresses. But anyway, I think we're going okay. I think the last few episodes we've really gathered up some pace, and we're really getting some work done, which is fantastic. So even though I keep on putting branches through the windscreen, but that's okay as well, because we've got a polycarbonate windscreen, so it's not going to hurt us. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. Right, let's continue on. So the rest of this episode will probably just be pretty much olive harvesting. So it'll be an olive day today. It won't be a blue day or a green day or a maroon day. It's going to be an olive day today. So yes, we'll get that all done. We'll check on our sheep and our wool, because we have got a trailer. I think the trailer is about half loaded full of wool, ready for the next delivery to the spinnery. And I do want to keep the spinnery running as best I can as well, build up a bit of linen from the spinnery, and then we can drop that off at the tailor and get the tailor up and running pretty lickety split as well. It really does turn on a dime, actually, this thing. It's quite impressive. Oh, come on, I was close. A little bit caught on the rear guard, I think. Anyway, 67%, so we'll get this run done, and then we'll probably get most of the next run done as well, and then we'll be emptying off. Just got to beat this rain in. Another 2 or 3 kilometers an hour on the harvester would be handy. Certainly it's not something you want to do at high pace, but once you got yourself aligned, it's okay. It's just obviously that you need to provide the machine itself with enough time to shake and distribute the olives and the waste out efficiently. Here comes the rain. Bugger. Well, you know what? We're going to just continue through, because we can't afford to not get this harvested. So if the rain is going to set in, we're pretty much screwed. So we are just going to continue on. Almost missed an aisle then. We are just going to have to continue on unabated. So loss of crop be damned. We'll just continue on and get this done, because yeah, we don't want to lose the whole crop. We'd rather lose a little bit of the crop in harvesting, as opposed to losing the whole crop from withering. So let's have a quick look. Yeah, so as soon as we transition the next day, we're gonna lose this crop. So there is no other option. We do need to get this harvested. So it's an unfortunate part. I mean, we had a big sunflower harvest. We've got this harvest as well, and we haven't got a lot of hired hands to help us in that regard. So it's just one of those things we just have to get done. But anyway, we're going to get this row finished, which is very good. Okay. Now we're going to head on over here, and we're going to offload. Right, there we go. Upload. Another 4,000 litres thereof. Hopefully it's just a very short shower, and it won't last too long. But we'll see. It doesn't sound very short with the lightning and the thunder. Well, sounds of the lightning. With the thunder in the background, doesn't sound as though it's going to be just a light storm. But we'll see how things go. All right, come on, let's go. Line up, let's go. I'll be interested to see what the difference is, if there's any difference in the amount of crop loss from harvesting in the rain. I mean, I can probably understand for arable crops how you would lose some. I don't think you would lose probably as much crop harvesting in the rain in relation to olives and grapes, for instance, because they are a more hardy and resilient and bigger sort of thing to pull off the vine, and you're not processing it so much in the combine itself, apart from just pulling it off the stalks and the leaves. So I would imagine there's probably a little bit more hardy to harvesting of the weather than what our other arable crops are. That being said, that's only my my guesstimation. I could be totally wrong. Very rare, but it could happen. Who knows? Right, I don't let my kids know that I could be wrong though. They don't need to know that. Right, next. And I think we're well and truly now into the new section of the field and the crop that we laid. So, just be a nice twinkle shower and just piss off and let us be. Let me get the rest of the crop in without a problem. Probably could look up the weather. We might have a look at the weather forecast once we finish this run here. We've got a bit of time up our sleeves, and even if we have to, we'd go through to midnight harvesting for this crop at the moment, just to make sure that we get the crop in. But I just want to see how long the rain is supposed to last. So we'll have a bit of a look-see. Let's bring it up quickly. The weather forecast. Oh, it's only till about 3 o'clock. About 3 o'clock, and it should just become overcast. So that's not too bad. So we could sort of wait if we wanted to, but you know what? I'm not going to take the risk. I'm just going to get the thing harvested because I don't want to have that risk of losing any crop. We'll just continue on unabated, and if we lose 10% of our crop, well, so be it. It's better than losing 40%, 50% of our crop. So yeah, gains and losses, ladies and gentlemen, gains and losses. We want to maximize the gains, minimize the losses, but sometimes we have to take a little bit of loss, and that will mitigate getting a bigger loss at the end. We've done that one. I wanted to preempt one that I've already done. Came a little bit earlier then. Okay, only a few to go now, so we are getting there. Probably another, we'll probably fill this up and then probably a little bit more, so probably another 60-70 percentile. So probably another 2,000, maybe 2,500 litres of olives to go. And then, like I said, we'll take all that over to the processing facility and get that started. No temporary storage or anything else like that, just straight over to the facility and get processing and get the maximum bang for our buck. Now, like I said, we will do a walkthrough when we finish just to make sure we haven't missed any. You can sort of see the difference in the rows. They become a little bit lighter once you've taken all the olives off, because obviously they don't have the dark maroon coloured olives on them anymore. So that's why you can sort of see a bit of a colour variation there. But sometimes in the light it is a little bit harder to see than others, depending on where you are and where the sun's shining from. So it's not always quite so easy to ascertain, but certainly at the moment it is relatively simple to check where we're at. I say that and we still do stuff up, so it's not that simple, is it? Or maybe it's just that I'm overly simple. Who knows? Oh, There was a pig there. Right. So we should be looking at this one. Off we go again. Like a yo-yo, rinse and repeat. Up and down we go, up and down. Now I do need to give a bit of a warning too. So with the Elm Creek videos at the moment, because they're coming out every, well actually it's with all the videos, they're coming out every third day, so we are trying to build up a bit of a buffer, because we have got a lot of things coming up with work in the next couple of weeks, and so I do need to make sure I've got a bit of a buffer there with videos done. Otherwise it makes it a bit hard to sort of do it of a weekend doing say 2 to 3 Elm Creek, 2 to 3 Hawk Belleron and 2 to 3 Riverview, plus any others like mod reviews or whatever else, to get them all powered out on a weekend. It'd still be nice to spend some time with family, because I spend a lot of time at work, both going 5, 6 o'clock in the morning and coming home 6, 7 o'clock at night. So yeah, it is nice to try and spend some time with family, and I'm sure no one begrudges that. They shouldn't. If they do, you'll get a kick to the head. No, I'm joking. But yeah, it's just one of those necessities at the moment. Just is to keep the channel running and keep the. Oh, hang on, I think I've missed one. I'm gonna double check. Yeah, I've missed that one there. Yeah, I'm just the one off. Okay. All right. Yeah, so they are recorded effectively. Once we record this one, and then I edit them and put them up, we'll be around 3 weeks ahead. So you're watching this effectively, it should be early Feb, I think you'll be watching this one, if the schedule is all okay, and we're currently on the 16th of January, so just be aware there is that time gap in that regard. So things like new mods or updates and stuff like that, you will see them effectively 2 to 3 weeks after they've actually gone live, just purely due to the fact of the delay due to us having the stockpile of videos. So I apologize for that, but that's just the way it has to be. But now you're forewarned, just forearmed, and you know. So you won't go, oh well, you should have done this because the patcher has done this or whatever else. Well, yeah, that's probably the case, but the reality of it is, because this is being recorded 3 weeks in advance, it's not quite that simple. But anyway, so that's why we won't talk about any current events or anything else like that, because it basically becomes futile. Like talking about the cricket and the POMs, because that's futile. It's futile anyway. As we finish off that row and we're at 100%. Come on, hit reverse. Come on, get out of there. Right, you got stuck on that shrub. Yes, we won't talk about things like that, current events or anything else like that, because it doesn't make any point whatsoever, because it's well and truly past by the time we actually mention it and you actually hear it. Right, still doesn't sound very good weather, does it? All right, but anyway, we've got another 4,000 litres in the box, so we're now going to come back and offload. There we go. And then we got one more load. I think we got about 4 rows to go, and then that will be it for the harvest, as the rain's just about to clear up. So the last 3 or 4 rows will get hopefully with its normal yield, close to. There we go. Right. Where were we up to? Here we go. This one here. So we've got 4. We have indeed got 4 to go. Okay, we'll reverse back up. See how much has been left on the other end. We'll activate. And away we go. So I think we've probably got pretty much all of it off the end of this road. There may be a little bit right at the end. We'll just sort of see how much there is and whether it's worthwhile actually worrying about it. We may not even worry about it if it's only the last foot or so. Which it looks like it's only about that much. It's not much there at all. Yeah, it's pretty much that the last 3 plants, so it's really not worth the worry and the hassle, so we're not going to worry about that. Okay, make it easier. I'm just going to come in here and just turn. Alright, 3 to go. So from here we're going to get, see what we've got at the end of this. But like I said, it'll be about 2,000 we'll get, I would imagine. Probably not quite. A little bit less. But anyway, that's still, we've still got what we need to get. So, well, come on, watch your alignment there, duck. Not too bad, I suppose. Thankfully the farmer hasn't got a crop in this field because we'd be wiping it out left, right and centre. But maybe he knows what our work's like and he's just left it until such time as we've finished all our work, and then he's going to worry about his crop when we're not here anymore. But anyway. So once we've finished here, like I said, we'll take the olives directly up to the processing plant. We'll then just we'll actually park this here near the field for now. We'll come and get that a little bit later. We may bring the truck down with the trailer and drive it back to the farm, or we may just drive it back to the farm. Who knows? We'll see how things go. But we're going to go over, and once we've got this all delivered and set up, I'm going to head on over to grab the combine, empty the combine out, and get stuck on that one. And we will grab the combine, empty the sunflowers out, and do the last of the sunflowers delivered to the oil processing facility as well. And then that way we've got everything harvested and delivered, and it's just a matter of waiting for the processing and then cashing in the dough. Basically, that's what it is. So yeah. And then we'll also take a look, like I said, we'll have a look and see what else we've got in the production chain in relation to what the oils will go off and help make, and see whether it's worthwhile exploring those. But that's something for a little bit later down the track, I guess, at this point in time. Go. Offload the last of the olives, and while it's doing that, we're going to go for a scout down and make sure we haven't missed anything. Going against the sunlight is going to be the better way to see it. And we know there's a little bit at the other end we've missed, but that's okay. So we know these ones here are all done. Yep, all done, all done. These ones up here where we may have misjudged one, I'm thinking, but it looks as though, no, we've got them all. So that's it. Job complete. Excellent. Right, so we're going to take this guy back, unfold him, and we'll take him back up here to the end of the field. And then what we'll do is we'll take the olives over and dump them off as well. Excellent job. Right. Shame about the rain. Possibly impacted our harvest a little bit, but by and large, I think it was a pretty successful harvest for our second harvest of our olives. All right, we're going to leave you there. We'll jump over to the tractor. Here it is, and take it off. So what we get, 16,530 litres of olives. So it's over double what we got previously. So the extension of this field has given us double the capacity of olives. So that is very good. Happy with that. So then I would expect when we go over to that field there, that's going to give us probably even a little bit more than double of that again. So yeah, looking forward to getting that up and running as well. That's going to take some time yet, and some significant amount of investment. All right, we might as well jump in cab and go for a ride. And that's pretty much, it is almost the end of the episode. So we'll get time to drop this off. We'll come back to the farm. We'll empty out the combine harvester with sunflowers. We'll get that sunflowers dropped off, and that will be the end of this episode. So yeah, I think it's again been quite a positive and productive episode. We've got lots of goods in the tank ready to go, and it's now just a matter of waiting for it all to be processed off at the appropriate facility. So yeah, very good. Just in time for it to go to darkness too, so hopefully we'll get over and fix that combine, offload him and all that before it gets too dark. In fact, where is the combine? Up the other end here. Yeah, there he is. So so yeah, very good. So we've got new growth coming through. We've got harvested crops there. We've got crops almost ready to harvest. So we've got all manner of sorts going on. We've got sheep breeding, sheep shearing. We've got all sorts of stuff going on. We're going to have some oil being produced. We've got some clothing being produced, linen being produced. So so yeah, it's very good. Nice and busy. I want to try and make sure I get the entrance right this time. I keep on missing the entrance and going the other way. So it's just after this white shed. This next white shed. So it's just in here. In here is where we're going to dump our olives. There we go. Dump away. Right. So let's have a look at our production. We should see our olives being dumped in here. And there we go. 11,859 olives. Excellent. And that should be all of it done. Right. So next, off to grab the case combine and get that sorted out, and then we'll bring the sunflowers over. Same thing. And yeah, we're good to run. Haven't seen any great demand for stones, which is good because we want to get that lime crusher in, so we can crush the stones into lime. The only problem is I've just got to work out where I'm going to place it, and I've also obviously got to have the money to build it and put it in. I have got the money to do that at the moment, but I'm not so sure that's such a priority for us at the moment. So we'll have a look. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this guy just to here. We want to get all this finished before it gets to darkness. We're just going to jump out. We'll jump in the combine, take that over, we'll offload, we'll take the truck over, offload before the factory closes, and then we can come back and put everything away. No, the engine was already on. Alright, fine. Didn't sound like it. Alright, and this is almost a full load as well, which is excellent. I thought that it might have been just a partial load when I left this last time, but another 10,000 litres, so that's good. But I mean, I think so that'll be 70,000 litres of sunflower we've got off these two fields, which isn't too bad. Not too bad at all. So truck's over here. We'll offload. We don't have to take the combine back and put it away because we're going to use it on this next field directly to our left. So there's no need to go chuck it away.